Wrestling Show, the NXT Ring Report here on Connect TV. Going on the conversation, you can hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. If you turn this music down, so I can hear what I'm saying. All right, a little bit better. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kenny Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, we're getting to the fallout of NXT Deadline that was this past Saturday, and we can tell you this that if you watched the NXT review show, we told you who won their matches and stuff. Baron Corbin lost to Ilja Dragunov. Dominic Mysterio lost to Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee was in action tonight, defending his North American Championship. And you won't believe who Dragon Lee had their sights set on Dragon Lee. We'll talk about it coming up. And two, this right here. Who attacked Trick? Trick Williams still want to know who attacked him and left him out laying for dead. Trick Williams wants to know. Carmelo Hayes, I don't know what to say about that. It's getting more and more like a mystery. Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes even putting the NXT champion Ilja Dragunov in this situation. Man, Ilja Dragunov, like, what did I do to get myself involved in this situation? So, I'm going to kick things off a little bit here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We're beginning with Trick and Carmelo kicking off the show. Trick and Carmelo kicked off the show. All of a sudden, Carmelo got attacked. So Carmelo Hayes still trying to figure out who did what, who done it and stuff to Trick Williams. I think Trick Williams kind of don't realize what's going on with him and Carmelo. Carmelo's still trying to play those games, but we know how those games are coming up. Well, we told you this. Dragon Lee had an amazing match this past Saturday against Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio didn't see it coming, and Dragon Lee won the NXT North American Championship from Dragon. Dragon Lee won the NXT Championship North American title from Dominic Mysterio. Dominic icing his wounds. We'll tell you a little bit later what Dominic Mysterio is going to be doing and what big name Dominic going to be taking on sooner rather than later in the house show. So hey, we'll see that. Also, too, right here, Bruce Jensen, they was in action. They won their match tonight. A lot of winners, even including the we told you last week, the men's breakout tournament was going to start. Couple of up and coming guys were going to get a chance of a lifetime to compete and showcase their skills. There's no round robin tournament. It's a single elimination tournament. I forgot who this dude's name is, but I will get to know who he is down the road, how he is. But we saw another breakout star as well. Miles Bourne or something. He's gaining ground. I guess he was in Chase U, but Miles Bourne getting the stamp of approval, and we see Miles Bourne with that. Also, too, was a night of returns. Cora Jade returned. Cora Jade's back. She wants to be the NXT Women's Champion as well as Nikita Lyons as well. These two women are returning from their injuries. Cora Jade and Nikita Lyons hopefully will bring some star power to the NXT brand, to the black and gold brand, and try to get something going, get something cooking. Well, we told you that they're going to be in action tonight, a tag team match with Nikita Lyons teaming up with NXT Women's Champion Live Valkyria. Live Valkyria going with another route. You remember that time when Trish Stratus had a stalker with Mickie James was her best friend? The same as here. Valkyria, she's not no big star, but I guess they want to use that Trish Stratus and Mickie James model. Go with that. And the girl even planted her face on Becky Lynch's head. Well, she win the women's title. So it's a lot going on in You know how that go. But there was women's action. You saw right here. Um, Cora Jade returned her and Bear Priestley back. Bear Priestley, real hands on the Kia Lions. The Kia Lions did that unthinkable. And the Kia Lions took her head off. And I don't know why the Kia Lions did what she did to do that when the Kia Lions did this last week. Took her head off, took Bear Priest's head off, and Bear Priest didn't forget about it. So we'll see how that's gonna go down eventually between these ladies. Kia Lions probably got to realize what she doing and stuff, how that's gonna affect her. Well, we told you Dragon Lee won the North American Championship. Dragon Lee is the North American champion. Dragon Lee, his first title defense, took on Tyler Bate. Dragon Lee and Tyler Bate went at each other's throats tonight. Well, good competitive matchup. But Dragon Lee won his match tonight. Dragon Lee via the assist for himself. Dragon Lee gets the win. Dragon Lee becoming one of the upcoming rising stars. We'll see Dragon Lee coming up this Friday on SmackDown. Might have a North American title defense then, so we'll have to wait and see. Dragon Lee looking impressive like he did tonight. And how Dragon Lee did. So well, Dragon Lee might not have to wait no far for challengers. As we found out that Dragon Lee got challenged by Drew Gulak and his goons. They want a shot against the North American Championship. Dragon Lee said he'll take on all comers. He'll take on all four of them. And next week will be a fatal five-way for the North American Championship. Can all four Drew Gulak's goons keep their head on a swivel? We'll see. But I guess Drew Gulak got to realize, like, hey, they want to be North American champions too. But they got to realize Dragon Lee is in the front seat in the rear view mirror watching to see. Well, we told you this that Rock's daughter, she's becoming a assistant now to Shawn Michaels in a way, assistant general manager. She's coming out there, and we saw Lexus King. Lexus King made an attempt to declare himself in the Battle Royal. Lexus King wanted to wrestle in the Battle Royal. Lexus King will get an opportunity to be in the men's breakout Battle Royal. I guess he's going to be the favorite to win. Alexis King been going down as late, but we'll see. Well, we told you Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe was in action against Dragunov. Dragunov blames Thorpe for not winning the Iron Survivor match, and Dragunov showed Eddie Thorpe right here by nailing him with the exposed turnbuckle. Eddie Thorpe not getting no chances, wasn't bit, being broken down. I like him when he was called Fredericks. They're just making a mockery out of him with his Indian heritage, and they're just making a mockery. They're just making RJ look strong, but RJ should be strong, but Thorpe should be strong as well. But they're not showing him as a strong being. It's just that all that talent gets wasted and stuff when you're in WWE. A lot of people don't realize, like, with that situation and stuff, how that's gonna react and stuff to stuff like that. So hey, we'll see and stuff. But like we said, how that's gonna go. Well, um, we finally got to the end of the segment tonight. We just found out that Trick Williams will get a chance to wrestle for the NXT title at New Year's Evil coming up on New Year's week. Well, against Dragunov. Now Carmelo Hayes is trying to spin this narrative. Carmelo Hayes wants to make Trick believe that it was Dragunov that had a agenda, right? It had agenda for him, saying that they both Dragunov is the one that's trying to divide them, not being North American champion. And then the fans kind of ruined the suspense. The fans saying that Carmelo's lying, and then some fans saying Carmelo ain't lying. A lot of mixed split decision. You ask me, a lot of people 50-50 on stuff like that. Who to believe? Was Carmelo making a rib? You can tell he's making a rib, but you want to let the story not die, but let it breathe. You know, trying to get the miles out of it. So Carmelo and Trick will have a payoff. Will probably be a payoff at WrestleMania weekend. Them probably you never know, but you want to make Trick be naive a little bit to Carmelo's game and kind of go from there. But if those fans get too rowdy and they don't know what the hell they be thinking, but you know how that go, how that be. So we'll have to wait and see, but you can tell how this is gonna go. You just don't want to say nothing. You just want the story to breathe. You just don't want it to transpire. And I think some fans, wrestling fans gonna cheer what they want to cheer for. It just that's how the way it is. You know, you're gonna cheer for whoever you want to cheer for, but you want to be mindful sometimes. So hey, let that go. All right, that is the NXT Ring Report. We move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we know the man, the myth, the legend, the CM Punk will be part of the WWE Holiday Tour in Madison Square Garden the day after Christmas. CM Punk will wrestle. We found out that CM Punk will be wrestling Dominic Mysterio. So CM Punk returned to a WWE ring, probably get that ring rust out. That's probably he was visiting Orlando today, probably trying to get some of that ring rust out of him. Not wrestling much, so much. He was caught up in so much drama. Now, CM Punk coming back. You know that yesterday he declared himself in the Royal Rumble, and you know what his intent are. His intent is he wants to win the Royal Rumble to finish his story and get that main event match at WrestleMania, become the main event. CM Punk might do so, but we're hearing rumors that he could be going against Seth Rollins, which that could be the case. We'll have to wait and see. But what a tense promo it was between him and Seth Rollins. Don't forget to make mention of the Raw Ring Report. It's out now, go in the archives from yesterday. But watch whenever you want to watch it. It's available. It's streaming and it's available on demand for your viewer. Speaking of Seth Rollins, the World Heavyweight Champion, and his wife Becky Lynch, they could be both leaving WWE soon, coming up next month, next year, in summer next year, if they haven't renegotiated that deal. I don't. To me, Seth Rollins made it clear and point blank he ain't going nowhere. He gonna stay in WWE. I don't think he got no interest with Tony Khan. Be honest with you, Tony Khan really don't know what to do with them, and really don't know what to do with his own company as well. He think he knows what he's doing, but we'll see. But Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, I think they'll sign before summer. Give them by spring. They'll have a deal already locked in for them. Well, we know that this coming up Monday on Raw, the tag team titles on the line. Judgment Day, Balor and Priest defend the tag team titles against the Creed brothers. Can the Creed brothers win the tag team gold? Be WWE tag team champions? Only time will tell. We'll see. They got to get the job done first and foremost. We'll see how this goes. Speaking of that, EC3. Um, I don't get why AEW ain't trying to get EC3. It's just an impact of somebody. EC3 part of the NWA brand. We know Matt Cardona has challenged EC3 to a death match at East for the NWA title. We'll see that how that's going to go down. Speaking of champions, world champions, fellow world EC3 fellow world champion, MJF the AEW champion. He was taking pictures with everybody. He took pictures with Liv Morgan. We'll have a little bit more details tomorrow on the AEW Ring Report on the Iron Claw Mill. Like a lot of wrestling promotions, including WWE and AEW, trying to promote the Iron Claw. I know AEW is because of the Von Erich family. So we'll see that coming up as well. John Cena even did a paid tribute to MJF wearing his signature scarf. So a lot going on with that. So we just found out too that AEW want to do a strategic partnership. The strategic partnership means that they trying to figure out ways to earn revenue and make a profit. Real smart by OVW to get with somebody that somebody probably saw them on Netflix and said, "Hey, we can probably help them reach their potential if they listen." And I think that's a good thing. You know, wrestling companies need to grow. Any business you do, you trying to make a profit. You're trying to return on your investment. It will take 15, 10, 20 years. They said normally a business take about at least 10 years to make a profit, or 5 or less, depending on the business. Well, you know, somehow that could be the possibility. LVW has been around for almost nearly 30 years, I think. They haven't turned a profit, but we'll see if they can turn this profit with the expansion and being on the show Netflix. It'll kind of get them exposure as well. So we'll have to wait and see how that's going to go. Well, we're going to do it for the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We're going to leave you with NXT champion Ilja Dragunov being accused by Carmelo Hayes and about jumping Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes got some nerve. We'll see. Thank you for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Dynamite Report. See you then.